All right, guys, one more day of transformations. Today we're doing quadratic functions and transformations. Those are parabolas, if you remember that from Algebra 1 at all, but I'm going to show it to you anyway, so here we go. First of all, like we started the last 2 days, the parent function of a quadratic. Now, a quadratic, by the way, if you don't know, is when the exponent is 2, like x squared. Anytime you see x squared, that's a quadratic. And that's a parabola. It starts at 0, 0. The parent function starts at 0, 0. It goes through 1, 1. And think about this. If you put in 1 and you square it, you get 1. If I put in 2 and square it, I get 4. So 2, 4, 3. And so if you square 3, you get 9 way up here. So you're going to get a curve that's doing this, is growing exponentially, kind of like that. So that's the parent function. That's what the parabola looks like. That right there. So everything we do now, the rest of the day, just like we've done the last 2 days, we're going to shift it left and right. We're going to shift it up and down. We're going to reflect it across the x-axis, and we're going to vertically stretch it and shrink it. Okay, vertical shift first. First of all, this first one, it's x squared, which means it's quadratic. I see a plus 3 outside. It's not squared also. It's outside the square, which means it's going to be shifted up 3. And I'm going to draw the parabola. Okay, the second one has an x squared minus 1, which means it's been shifted down 1. So instead of starting at 0, start down 1, and I draw the parabola. So vertical shifts work exactly like everything else have this week. It's just the shape is different. It's a parabola instead of a V shape or line. Horizontal shifts also work the same way. I've got a minus 2 inside. Don't forget that gesture. It's inside. It's left or right, opposite of what you think. So I'm going to shift my graph 2 to the right. Draw the same parabola that I've been drawing. This one, x plus 4. If we change colors here, the x plus 4 is going to, opposite of what you think, is going to shift at 4 to the left. Over here, draw your parabola. There you have it. That's the horizontal. So we have vertical shifts. We have horizontal shifts, just like we've done the rest of the week. Now we have vertical stretches and shrinks, which are also going to work like the rest of the week. When you have a number in the front that is bigger than 1, actually whose absolute value is bigger than 1, it's a vertical stretch. Just like it made the V skinnier, it's going to make our parabola skinnier. So I'm going to start at 0, 0 because there's no shift in there. Here's the difference. Now if I put in 1, I don't get 1. 1 squared is 1 times 3 is 3. So I'll go to 1, 3. Same thing on this side. If I were to put 2 in there, 2 squared is 4 times 3 is 12, so 2 would be way up at 12, all the way up there. Same thing here. So it's going to be a very steep parabola. It's not a great one, but there it is. It would look like that. Now, the second one I have on here has a 0.5 in the front, or 1/2 in the front. That's going to be a vertical shrink, which is going to make it fat. It's going to squish it like you're squishing it down. So here's what's going to happen on that one. Start at 0, 0. Think about putting 1 in there. If I put 1 in there, 1 squared is 1 times 0.5 is a half. So I'm going to go to 1, 1/2. Same thing over here. If I put in 2, 2 squared is 4. 4 times a half is 2. So if I put in 2, I actually get 2. So you can see what's happening. That parabola is going to be very, I guess fat's the best word. But it got squished. So it got flattened out, which did make it fatter. So we call it a vertical shrink. So there's your vertical stretch and vertical shrink. And the last thing is a reflection. Reflection, as always this week, is when you have a negative in the front, it reflects across the x or is flipped across the x-axis. So the only difference here is start at 0, 0 and draw your parabola going down instead of up. Okay, now look at this last one. This last one has a minus 2 inside, so it's been shifted right because it's opposite of what you think, and there's a negative in the front, so I'm going to go right 2, got a right shift 2. The negative in the front causes it to go down, and there it goes. All right, one more thing. I want to give you all this and say, can you handle this? It's got everything in it. Look at that thing. It's got a negative sign in the front, it's got a plus 1 inside and a minus 3 outside. Now my advice is always do the shifting first. All right, so look at the inside. I got a plus 1. That's opposite of what you think. Go left 1. I put a little dot there. Minus 3 outside means you go down 3 from there. So it puts me here. That's where I'm going to start my parabola from. Now, because it's a negative in the front, instead of drawing my parabola going up, I'm going to draw my parabola going down, down, and that's it. That's about as hard as you're going to see one. If you can do that one, you're in great shape. If you understand that, I hope you did. But if you didn't, or if you're still having trouble, obviously tomorrow we're going to work on these together. So come ready to go. We'll do 6 or 7 in class, get you going, and we'll be good. So I will see you then. Have a good one.